Now, along with the Nothing Phone 2A, Nothing has also launched two new CMF products. We are checking out the CMF Buds, which are the non-pro variant of the Buds Pro that we saw previously. And we also have a new Neckband Pro, which we're also checking out. So let's quickly get into these. So from the unboxing experience of these, you would have seen that the packaging is quite different from the previous CMF Buds, as well as the CMF products that we saw in the past. It's been downgraded quite a lot, and also the pricing is a lot more near and dear to being affordable. The CMF Buds have been launched for a price of 2499, but they'll be available for an introductory price of 2299, and if you pick them up with the Nothing Phone 2A, you'll be able to get them for 1999. If you do want to get the Neckband Pro from CMF, they are available for a price of 1999, but you do have an introductory offer for them as well, so 1799 for that. And if you have any bank offers, additional discounts that you get on the platform, you'll be able to save some money there as well. So pretty good deal in terms of price, and I have to say that I really like the design and the fit and finish of the new products. Even though the packaging this time around is quite a bit of a letdown, I really like the previous packaging. This time around it's a plain box. I'm not sure also if this is the final packaging, but this is what we got, so we are assuming that this is the final packaging as well. So big downgrade in packaging, but who really cares about the packaging? Let's talk about the buds themselves. So like last time, they'll be available in a few colors. You'll have a light gray, a dark gray, and this orange color, which is the CMF color. And this time around, you also have this fidget spinner thing that also is a lanyard holder, and this lanyard is also available. And if you don't put the lanyard, you can use this case as a fidget spinner, and this thing spins around quite freely and feels really nice. But if you do prefer a lanyard, this thing also looks nice and gives you a lot more grip on these earphones, but you do lose the fidget spinner capability because it does go into that hole. You also have a now squared off design versus the previous round case design, which a lot of people didn't like. So this time around, you do have that. And if we talk about the earphones themselves, you do have them being IP54. So they are sweat resistant and dust proof as well, which is great. So basic rain or basic sweat from exercise will not be a problem for these. You do have additional tips inside the box, so small, medium, and large in total. Mediums are pre-installed, and you do get a small and large, and they're also easy to swap out. Earbuds weigh in at 4.5 grams each, which is really light, and you don't really feel them in your ear. And with the case, it weighs in at 52.8 grams for the total package. The earphones have a 12.4 millimeter biofiber dynamic driver and 4 mics in total, which also help in the noise cancellation. The earbuds have 42 decibels of noise cancellation, and you do have a switch between transparency and noise cancellation, and you do notice a big difference in noise cancellation on these buds. For the price that they are available at, the noise cancellation is pretty impressive. You also do have a really good soundstage on these this time around. I am actually really surprised by the quality of the audio, and there is a lot of emphasis on cleaning up the mid-range, which means that with Nothing earphones especially, and with the previous generation Nothing earphones, we've seen that the mid-range has been weak, but this time around they've cleaned up the mid-range quite a lot, and the bass is also very nicely refined, so you're not getting any distortion on the bass or the lower end of the audio spectrum. And the mid-range is also really good for the price of these earphones. They're also much louder in general, and they fit in your ear really well, so you do get a really good sound output as well as isolation from the outside, and the little bit of noise cancellation that they do add does help a lot. It also has ultra bass technology and tuning done by Dirac, and I'm not sure if that's what's fixed the mid-range, but the sound for music from these earphones and the overall audio experience is much improved from previous generations of Nothing earphones. For other features, you do have in-ear detection, and in certain cases they do stay connected. If you're on an iOS device, they do stay connected even if you pull them out of your ear and place them in the case and close the case, they will still stay connected to your iPhone. So even if you play music after that, you'll be connected to the iPhone. I hope they fix that, but it does pause your content. So if you're listening to music and you remove them from your ear, it will get paused. It does not turn off the earbuds in any way, so they still stay on and connected to the device. Other features include fast pairing for Google as well as Microsoft. So if you're on a laptop or on an Android device, that'll be no problem. You can quickly pair these up and you do get that pop-up. And then you also have things like a low lag mode, which can be enabled from the app. And speaking of the app, that allows you to customize not only the controls of the buds, but also allows you to get firmware updates. updates, and also allows you to set up basic equalization settings as well as noise cancellation, transparency mode, all those kind of things as well. And you can also monitor battery life individually for all three things inside the app. As far as equalization is concerned, there are a few presets that you can choose from, and you do have a custom EQ, although it's not the expanded EQ that Nothing showed off for their more expensive earphones, but you do have that basic circular EQ that they previously launched, and that works a little bit. But since the mid-range and the overall flat audio line is already pretty impressive, you will not have to play with the equalization settings too much. For connectivity, you do have Bluetooth 5.3 and they do support dual device connection. As far as battery is concerned, you get 8 hours of battery life of the earphones by themselves and 36 hours with charges in the case. And each earbud has 45 milliamp hours of a battery, and the case itself has a 460 milliamp hour battery. If you charge them for 10 minutes, you do get an additional 6.5 hours of usage. Now, all these numbers that I've given you are basically with ANC off. When you do turn ANC off, you'll see a significant difference. For example, playback with ANC will come down to 5.6 hours instead of the 8 hours that you get with ANC off. Now, let's talk about the neckband pros. They feel really comfortable around your neck. They're extremely lightweight. Again, same three colors, dark gray, light gray, and the orange. Really like that theme. You also have the same ear tips, small, medium, and large. And the price, like I mentioned, $17.99 for the introductory price, which is pretty impressive for the kind of earphones they are. Now, as far as noise cancellation is concerned, you do get up to 50 decibels of noise cancellation on the Neckbands Pro, but the audio overall is lesser in terms of the volume experience than the Buds. And you do have additional features on the Neckband Pro as well, including things like spatial audio, and you also have improved IP55 water resistance on these. Now, since you don't have to pop these into a case, you do have 37 hours of battery life built in with a 220 milliamp hour battery, and just charging them for 10 minutes will give you about 18 hours of use if they use USB-C port. You also have this really cool dial that is on the neckband themselves, and this dial not only controls the volume directly, so it's a nice knob which does have audible feedback as well, so it is tactile. It sounds great, but also is used for things like turning on and off noise cancellation and switching between tracks, playing and pausing music, as well as accepting and ending phone calls. You also do have spatial audio, like I mentioned, in the neckband, which works really well, surprisingly, for the price of the neckband, as well as noise cancellation, which is better than that on the CMF Buds. So you have 50 decibels of noise cancellation on the Neckband Pro. Overall, remaining features remain the same, and you can access the equalizer from the Nothing X app, and you'll be able to update the firmware and customize your controls. Overall, audio quality from both of these earphones is pretty impressive, although the neckbands do suffer lower volumes. You can push them from the app a little bit, but just out the gate, they're not as loud as the Buds, and the Buds are really impressive in terms of their mid-range and the bass quality overall. Microphone on the Neckband Pro is more or less the same. Take a listen. This is a sample of the microphone of the CMF Neckband Pro. And so you would want to choose between the better microphone if calling is going to be your primary function. I hope they can fix the microphone pickup, because it seems like it is over amplified and it is distorting the mic quite a lot. I'm not sure if they can fix it, but if they can, then these earphones will become a really good package, especially considering the price that they are at. What are your thoughts on the Buds and the Neckband Pro? Let me know in the comment section below. Make sure you hit that like button if you liked the video, and subscribe if you haven't already. Leave comments to let us know what you think of the content, and I will see you guys in the next one.